do a mixer, any kind of any setting. And really the cool thing about mixers is you find what works best for you. So kind of versions of how to do a mixer. We've had situations where like we're really comfortable doing it with a PowerPoint, and then we show up and they're like, oh, we don't have a TV, and that's the only way we know to do it. So we really just wanted to give you guys kind of the tools and knowledge that whatever setting you're in, you'll feel confident and have kind of convey it. So I'm going to let Phil actually kick us off here.
No, we're good.
All right.
You go wrangle the kids. We're good. So exactly what she had said. So as most of you guys, has anybody here done their own mixer yet? By themselves without any? Okay. I just want to make sure. So the biggest thing that we hear is that you learn it one way, but you don't know another way. So Rebecca and I started 4 years ago, and we learned it. I'll start off with the main way and the most duplicatable way. It's the DVD and a magazine. It's $15 for 10 magazines, $5 for 5 DVDs. Very simple, easy, and effective. And then typically it doesn't matter whether you have a couple different little whiteboards or you spend $15 and get a 2x3 whiteboard. But basically, that's all you need to run a successful mixer. One of the things that I do right away, and you take notes, you can do whatever, but I'm going to do these as quick as I can, and then the last 15, 20 minutes, I'll answer questions, okay? Is that fair to everybody? Okay, before I teach, I dog your pages. That way I don't get lost. That way I can just open right up. One of the very first things I talk about when I talk about Advocare is when I'm using the magazines, I talk about Charlie Regis and the 10 guiding principles. For me, that means a lot. Faith, family, honor God through our faith, family, and friends. It's the very first one. Those things really spoke to me. But then you guys get to pick and choose. You get to go through the magazine, and you get to decide kind of what's going to be important for you. The next one dog here is the doctors. Guys, we're very fortunate right here that 2 of these doctors, they're on Narsi Med board. They're the ones that formulate our products, but one is at the Cleveland Clinic. And her specialty is, I'll make sure I say this right. Basically, she's the one who is helping formulate, make sure the probiotic works the way it's supposed to work in your gut, along with the so I'm very confident to say, I don't know this for a fact, but I'm very confident to say that she probably has a lot to do with the fact that the Herbal Cleanse was just changed. It's now going to be more effective and easier to coach people. There's not going to be, okay, for 3 days you do this, and then you stop doing this, and then for 4 days you do this. Now it's 10 days straight, you do the exact same thing. So that just yesterday, I don't know if you guys saw on Facebook. The other one is Dr. William Kramer. He is now the head of kinesiology at Ohio State University. You guys in the fitness industry, if you read his textbook, he's probably either co-authored it or written it or had something to do with that textbook somewhere. When I was taking some of my classes over at Otterbein University, he had written 2 books that we had used in a couple classes that I took. So knowing these people right here in Ohio, that's great. But guys, pick one that speaks to you. Maybe it's Dr. Kramer or Dr. Stanley Dudley, the father of nutrition. That is his nickname for a reason. If you are on an IV at all, a feeding tube of any sort, he is one of the formula that then keeps you alive. My niece was alive for 47 days because of the formula that he invented. It's the nutrition. It's called TPN. It's what's alive when they're on intravenous feeding. So moving on to the next one, guys. Skincare. The reality is our products, they take care of the outside, but we want to, or the inside of our body, but our biggest organ is our skin. So make sure keep going forward. You guys got to get the idea. You pick the pages that really speak to you. Okay, so whether it's Major League Soccer, I'm not a huge soccer fan, but I am now because of the publicity it's going to give us. I've had friends across the U.S. tag me and stuff in the last couple of months and be like, "Dude, you see all over my soccer team. What the heck's going on?" So led to another conversation and kind of open the door. That's what Advocare wants to do. They want to make sure name. That's what our marketing department is doing. The other side of it is it's the largest, quickest growing sport in the entire United States. We're adding 5 teams a year, 6 years in the U.S. Just so happens that we are the sponsor for a minimum of the next 6 years. So as they're growing so fast, we want to make sure that we are it. More Gatorade, no more any other product line, you will see Advocare nutritional products. And that's because we're the only one that's decided when they wanted to go for the next person. So the way the DVD comes into play, guys, and what I loved about this at the very beginning was I have to know a ton. So I would intro Advocare and talk a little bit about Charlie Regis and what I'd like there, and I'd talk a little bit about the doctor, and then have a story in the room, have a couple printed out. Whether it's mine and my wife's story, or this is the one that I saw 4 years ago. This is my buddy lost 44 pounds. I was like, holy cow. If he can do that, I can lose half. So you just have a couple pictures printed off. Preferably, I have a story in the room. Okay, so whether it's yours, maybe it's not a weight loss story, maybe it's I lost an inch and a half of my waist, lost 2% body fat, something along those lines. Whatever your story is, keep moving forward. I can jump right here. So, right behind me here. So, Advocare endorsements. They put these videos together. They make sure that these are done. But I'll just go ahead and click on Rich Froning. That's CrossFit's growing huge in Ohio. So, I would play this one. I know there's any type of athletes or anything in the room.
I'm Rich Froning. Full-time champion.
He always has the shirt off, by the way.
Being a champion is, it's what I work every day, and it's a lot of sacrifice, but it's part of it. And usually my morning consists of Spark, Arginine, and Mass Impact, and then I just it's quite a mix in the morning. And then at night I'll take the nighttime recovery, and then be a longer, more cardiovascular taxing event. And then muscle fuel, it's going to be a shorter event. Especially with the O2 Gold and the muscle fuel in competition, it was almost unfair the way it felt. It just felt better. Everything felt easier. Recovery is huge. You can't recover, you can't compete. At 4 events a day, recovery is key. We'll be a part of a company that is standing for the same stuff I do, and be involved with athletes. So it's cool.
Short, sweet, and it gives anybody kind of an idea of a product regimen too, if they're really into CrossFit, working out, high strength, those type of things. Guys, this and it keeps going and goes for another page. So you got many different people. You guys will be able to, purchase the DVD, whatever you got to do. But I make sure I have these always in. Whenever I leave the house, I have my Advocare bag with me. It's in the car. My headphones are hanging out of it. I make sure I have a DVD and magazine, and I always have a magazine that's folded down. That way, if I run into somebody and it leads to a conversation, then it's already prepped, ready to go, so I can talk to somebody. But that you got to know the story. So whether it's you guys have a break somewhere, you have a lunch, spend an afternoon, spend a couple days going through a few stories, dog ear ones that really stick with you. Same thing with the DVD. We plan stories and doing all the rest of that stuff, but again, I want to make sure that I'm being sensitive for you guys' time because I want to show you the 3 different ways. So whether it's here or whether it's in the back of the magazine, one of the things that's very important, and when I send out the email, I will send out 2 short emails. One of them, or both of them, are done by Matt Warren. 4 ways to get involved. You got to know how to talk to somebody about the discount levels. So whether are full retail, our products are absolutely worth retail. But what's one of the biggest questions you guys get, Sandrine, at the gym? What's one of the biggest things you get? Price?
As far as retail?
Yeah, if when they see a full 24-day challenge at $221 and then tax and shipping puts it at $245 to their door, what are most?
Is there any cheaper way to get it?
Exactly. That's not our products are not going to be the cheapest. Ken, you and I were just texting the other day about this. Not going to be the cheapest, but there's a reason for that. Product quality costs money. If it's the safest and the most effective product out there, it's not going to be the cheapest. I also want to make sure that people know that they can get discount options. So whether it's $79 plus tax and shipping, I say that all the time because there's a lot of people getting confused when they see $91, literally $92 here, $91 across the street. It's a different zip code over there, but it's to their zip code. Tax, Florida pays like nothing. It's like $80, and they have nicer weather. 25%. That's the magic discount level for most people. 2 people. The husband boyfriend, girlfriend, however you swing it, a friend who has another friend that wants to do it with them. If there are two people that do together, 2 bottles of Catalyst and 2 24-day challenges, it's going to save them almost $40 off of their first order right here in Ohio if they do the membership. And so, however you guys do it, and again, I'll send you the video. I think it's a 5-minute video on the 4 ways to get involved, and it's about how you get to advisor. This is kind of the menu. When you're walking into a restaurant, this is your menu. Here's your choices. Advisor and how you get there. Explain kind of the meat and potatoes of how you can either make money and how you can get at the highest discount level. So 30% up to 40%. But basically, that's a hobbyist. That's somebody who wants $50, wants their Catalyst and their Spark for free every month. They just share with a few friends, but they wanted to get it to the best discount. That's my father-in-law. If you guys can connect anything up here to personal stories or things that you've heard, people enjoy stories. They're not super into facts. We share facts to train you guys, all the rest of that stuff. But if I sat there and just vomited facts to somebody, they're going to I'm so out of here. My very first person I shared with my friend, he told me I sounded like a crappy infomercial, and he was never interested. I think he's bought 1 box of Spark in the last 4 years, but he's still complaining about how he's broke. So he probably could use this, but I did not share it very well the first time. The best way to start is an advisor. That's number 4. If we're in a mixer setting or anything like that, I share number 5. Because you can leave here, and you don't have to choose anything. Tonight, we share something with you that speaks to you as a number 5. And that we talk face to face with somebody if they have some questions. We got a lead the other day, and I shared that with him. Hey, man, it's okay if you don't do anything. He's like, really? Telling him something that way before. I'm telling you it's worth it. It's going to work, but I'm not going to pressure you to do this. So whether you introduce it. So when Rebecca typically does a mixer at the very beginning, she talks about 4 ways to get involved. That's the very beginning. Then she goes into the magazine and talk about some of the things I found about the company, and then I introduce the 4 ways. We always then go into the 24-day challenge, because the 24-day challenge, 80 to 90% of people you work with, that's where they're going to start. If your average friend or family member loses 10 to 20 pounds in 24 days and 12 inches, that's the national average right now. If that's the national average, why wouldn't everybody want to do that? That's without working out. So if someone works out, the national average or their average will go up. So I end the mixer. And anyway, I'm going to talk about business. I have Sarah come up and share her story, or someone else. I typically want 2 to 3 stories on the product and 2 to 3 on the business opportunity side. And if you have only made $400, then share your hourly average. That's what I was taught at the very beginning, because we didn't make a whole lot at the very beginning. I was like, why don't they have an income story? But then when I broke it down into what I actually made, let's say we made $400, but I only put 3.5 hours into that, or 3 hours into that, you're making over $100 an hour. We didn't go to school for 4 or 5 years to do this, so that kind of money in our discretionary time. For me, it was a couple hours out of TV, then kind of moving forward into that. That's kind of how we started doing it, but those would be business stories. So you guys, I know I'm flying through this, but is this kind of at least giving you an idea of magazine, DVD, and then kind of how you would work a whiteboard? I typically have one whiteboard. My wife, my handwriting looks like a serial killer, so she obviously is writing everything so you guys can read it. But it would be the 4 relationships, and then here's 2 different ways how we talk about advisor. As you don't have to know all of this stuff right now, I will bring on the slides, but I end a mixer because everybody's here, they want to hear the information, the stories are great, but okay, well, what's it going to cost me to get to this? I never say cost, the investment is, because it's an investment into your health, an investment into your business, something, or an investment into your energy. The whole reason we started this, I was 335 pounds and on 5 medications. I wanted nothing to do with this. But we had a son who had colic and acid reflux and never stopped screaming. He never slept. It was miserable for 9 months. She wanted energy. So somebody kept sharing, oh my gosh, but I just feel so much better. I have energy all the time. She's like, I'm in. I'm over here like, no, we don't have any money for this. Like, please. you brought me to say now that grabs people's attention. So energy. Even though I needed the health, we needed the finances. I was on unemployment at the time, things to go with it. So you can explain the different discount options. And this one, I literally started with having it written out. There's different books that are out there. ChampionMakersTraining.com. That's Danny McDaniel's website. Everything that he puts on there is free and available for you to use. But he has his own portfolio. It's downloadable. You guys can download any of that stuff. He has these type of, this is literally a flip book that I bought, gosh, 3 years ago, and started taking with me to my meetings. That way, if I was, kind of, oh man, I can't remember, still new, still not knowing this as well, but this made it easy for me. But you guys got to know or be able to talk with someone how they get to 40%. The best thing to do is get your upline involved. So get me involved, get involved, any of these people, because you want them to go to work for you. Our first 6 months, I put our friend Linda to work as much as possible. I probably call her 3 or 4 times a day, texting her all the time. Hey, what do I say to this person? Hey, what do I say here? Hey, will you please talk to this person with me? Because I found out by myself I was getting frustrated because I didn't know everything, versus when I plugged it was easier and I was learning in the process. So when we say we're here to work for you, we really, really are. So whether it's, I come to the gym, I come meet you guys for lunch somewhere, or I come over to, where you guys work, or you're heading back up to Kent. Well, okay. So wherever you are, the reality is, even if it's back up in Cleveland, we're here to work for you guys. I always end a mixer with some sort of questions. You guys can choose the questions. Typically, I ask people at the very end, are you as lean and fit as you want to be? There's guys with 4% body fat. They're like, no, still want to be fit. Still want to be better. The reality is, most of us still want a little bit better. We know we can eat a little better. We know a little bit harder. Those type of things. The other one is, because we always share this opportunity, and I know some people are uncomfortable sharing the business opportunity, but I share it with everyone because there are so many people that we have prejudged in the last 4 years that I'm like, one of our really good friends, who's over here, they're high level in Chase. They've been there for 15 plus years. He runs the entire Eastern, multiple different locations. Walk in their house, I could live in his man cave. It's amazing. But she has no time with her kids. So us the opportunity, seeing us home together a lot, she's like, I didn't know anything like that was ever possible. I thought this is what you had to do. So I guess what I'm saying is, there is a business opportunity. Even if you are not super comfortable sharing, hey, you can make a lot of money right now. The reality is they still have to work for the money. You've got to be able to share. You got anything to add?
I think the biggest thing with just sharing the opportunity is just being confident with it, that even if you don't have this crazy success story, I can remember them always talking about casting vision, and I was like, I don't know. Casting vision of what you see this being able to do. I saw in the magazine that it did this for this person, or I've seen, for Rebecca and Phil, what it's done for them, and I know that they can do that for us too. So you don't necessarily, I know for us in the beginning, it felt like we had to have our own story before we felt comfortable to share it. But I think the best part about all of these tools is the videos and the magazine is that it gives you the credibility without having to actually know really much of anything yet, or have any experience. Because it's like, look what it's done for all of these families, and this is where I see my family going a year from now. Or, I just become stream that will be able to pay for my kids' daycare, or whatever it is that you see it doing for you. I think the biggest thing with all of those is just being familiar with them, so that you just never know who you're going to be connecting with. So like for me doing hair, I have a client sit in my chair. I never know what piece of AdvoCare is going to connect with her. It might be weight loss. It might be she's exhausted and she's so tired. It might be that they're drowning in debt. I mean, it could be any number of things where I would be a good connector for her. So I have to be familiar with those stories. Say, I'd love to show you the story in this magazine of this other mom, and next to where she is. So I think just familiarizing yourself with the stores that are on there is the best key that you can do, because it's easy to just be like, you know what, I was just reading the lady, totally reminded me of you. I would love to share her story. Yeah, it can just be an easy way to like introduce somebody where you don't necessarily feel comfortable just being like, ever heard of Advocare? Do you need to lose weight? So just figuring out how to kind of make Advocare that connector for whatever it is that they're looking for, because you just know what it is that they're going to need.
So the final 3 questions. So that first one is, are you as lean and fit as you want to be? Are you going to do it the rest of your life? And do you currently get paid what you're worth? Kenton, do you get paid what you're worth?
Closer now.
Now, after a raise in a different position, a different job, but you still probably know, right?
Right.
Reality is most of us don't get paid what we're worth. We work, you guys work, I mean, especially you ladies over at the gym, you guys work some crazy hours. Hours I haven't seen like that since I finished construction. So you guys work a lot of hours. I don't know all of the rest of you guys' schedules. I do know yours. Yours is on Facebook. But the rest of you guys, look, everybody works hard, but it's the discretionary time. It's the plan B. If something happened, work a plan B where it could be strong enough. Very last thing is I ask people, I hand these out. So these you guys can print off. They are, so our team website is elevatefreedom.com. Okay. And under the 24-day challenge form, these are the product order forms. I hand these in every night. You'd be surprised. Probably half the people, if we have a mixer like this and there's 8 people in the room, probably 4 of these flyers are going to be sitting on their chair when they leave. But the other 4 people that still have them, 2 of them probably fill them out that night and order some product, whether they become a distributor or something. But this will allow you to go from one to the next, or if it's her and I together, we each are able to say, hey, as you're looking at this form, like, what interested you tonight? At least starting with some product or something. You don't start with 24-day challenge. Are you interested in the 10-day plans? Just detoxing your system, just get yourself jump started, especially kind of slimming down into summer, get yourself ready. Well, I'm just really tight. That spark and that catalyst, you talked about, building some lean muscle. I'm interested in those 2 products. Those are our number 1 and number 2 seller for my wife and myself. But those are probably the products we talk about the most. Happy Mommy Juice is spark, and Catalyst is, helps keep us leaner and keep the lean muscle on. So, but these, at the very beginning, Rebecca, like, don't print them in color, it costs more. We started, it was my wife's thing. We made that first month worth of money. It was like, okay, I can do this, because I was embarrassed to be on unemployment. It's not where I wanted to be, but found something that was easier than what I was doing. I was willing to put some work into that. So this is on the business side. Anybody that's ever started a business, opened, done anything, this just makes it all much more appealing. So you guys, again, be able to check this, but whether you write it on the whiteboard or you have it here, this allows you to be able to talk about the different levels. I always talk about 50% first. The more comfortable you are talking about this 40% first, the more likely you are going to have people go there. It doesn't happen all the time, and it's okay if they don't, but if you start here, because this is the cheapest, quickest way to get your discount. There are people that work, like they start here at the 5, and then they work through the qualifications, and they have to meet the minimums and the other things that are there. It's kind of a pain. Oh gosh, well, today's the last day of the 2-week pay period. Did I meet my numbers? Where am I at? People are having mixers, trying to get there, jumping through hoops. Most of the time when they get to the 40%, they're like, which is about my way there and just sold the product. Had a meeting or 2. That's what we hear over and over and over again. It's okay, because we love people that want to start at 500 way up, because it still helps you as a frontline advisor. You're going to make more money, but for them, it's the cheapest, fastest option. Go do that, and you can help them start working on a rookie bonus too. And again, being able to explain what this equals. So you guys know this is about 12 24-day challenges. 24-day challenges immediately puts you from red into the black. So once you sell 12 24-day challenges, anything left over product challenges, so the Unifriend, Unispouse, it's paid for. or you can charge your friend full retail and then you get yours paid for. Either way you want to do it, there's many different options, but I also put this one in here too. I've never heard of anybody losing money with Advocare. You either take the products and get results, or you get your money back. I don't know a company that ever does more than 30, 60, or 90 days. To be able to invest $3,000 retail, have all of that product, nothing that we do in Advocare. I'm not asking someone to join Advocare for $3,000. They're joining Advocare for the $79, and then they get product for their investment. That's in any industry to be able to then make money in those different levels. This is just a simple one to kind of walk them through the process. And then these are some of those questions I was just telling you guys about, okay? So the exact same way, you guys get to choose which one you're more comfortable with. For us, we got all the way to gold 3-star through the magazine and the DVD player. Now, a couple people's houses, they didn't have a DVD player. So I didn't play a DVD. Who cares? I still was able to talk about, and I still brought a couple of visual aids and a couple of people's pictures and passed them around. That's it. It's more about being confident about your story and where you know you can go with Advocare, physically and financially. You got to be able to share both sides, because you'd be shocked at who is not at all interested in product, but maybe really interested in business or hates their job, or vice versa. Man, you think they're interested or they would be great for the business, but they're like, I'm not interested in the business, but I'll do a 24-day challenge. And then they become a consistent user of the products. And eventually they may do something. But we love people where they're at. You got to be able to share both sides. And when I say you vote us involved, you get your upline involved until you're comfortable sharing it. But we want to make sure you guys know the 3 different ways. All right, so that's that. This one here, though, is one that Matt, Tanya, and I have been using a lot this year in 2015. There's a lot of people that don't want to go anywhere and really just overdo Advocare. Because here in the Columbus area, there's a lot of people that know about Advocare. Not a lot of people are actually members, though. So that's one of the questions I ask. Oh, yeah, I heard about Advocare. Oh, my cousin does it. Have you actually ever tried the products? Well, I'll try some stuff. Are you a member, discount customer? No. Okay. They're fair game to talk to. The people that use other people's discounts actually, I feel like, are cheapening our products. And I'll tell you what, one of the reasons is because if you give your discount to somebody else, I've given my discount to a couple people one time. It's up front, you get it one time, because I know they're financially or whatever, and I know the products are going to work for them. But I'm very upfront about it being one time. You give your discount away multiple times, you're not allowing that person to, 1, get a discount on their own, and 2, you're not allowing them to build business. Because even at 20%, they can build a business too. They can start making income from customers and other things. So we want to make sure that if they want a discount, they can get it the same way you guys did, where they purchase it, do whatever they want. But this one here has been a great way to be able to get into the fitness industry and other places, but it's also a way to not have to go really over the top. Now, Kenton, you were in soccer. You got a lot of athletes and other people in the room, and you guys in the gym locations. This one has been great. So it's the 5 myths and lies about fat loss. And we cover the challenge overview and the tools that go with it. We do let them know there's discount options and other things involved, but to kind of go right into it, so strength training. And, you know, the anaerobic myth. When I met my wife, I love her, she would get on a treadmill, and she would walk at like 2 or 3. She's not here, is she? But she would walk at 2 or 3 and read her magazine. She'd get off the treadmill 20, 25 minutes, not sweating at all, nothing. And I'm like, what'd you do at the gym? Oh, I worked out. And I'm like, what'd you do? Oh, I just walked on the treadmill for a little bit. Yes, it's better than nothing, but if you're really trying to burn the fat, do the rest of these things, we're trying to change it up. So basically, intensity. I'm always busting her chops, and she's sweating, and she's this. Now she's been doing CrossFit. Well, she was until she got told she's on light duty. But basically, the 4 fitness moves: deadlifts, squats, push-ups, pull-ups. You know, basically combine the last 2, just do a burpee, and you're fine. But we're trying to change it up. We're trying to get your body doing multiple different things, burning more fat, and then, you know, change it up, split training, reps, variety. But you guys kind of get the idea. You know, but teaching people that just walking is not going to do near as much as going into the family room for 15 minutes. So walking for 30 versus in the family room for 15 minutes, just doing a different variation of those 4 exercises, you're going to burn way more calories, and your body's going to continue to burn more calories for the next hour afterwards. So cardio, same thing. You know, I want to be able to get the questions here. So I got about 5 more minutes, but I'll keep cruising through. So cardio, coaching and accountability. So we get to hear Rich Fromming's sharing kind of his journey through 4-time fittest man in the world, you know, all the rest of these different things. And he talks about the multiple different coaches that he has working with him, different areas, working for speed, working for endurance, working for strength. You know, he's kind of a lone ranger when it comes to a lot of his workouts, working out 3 times a day for 2 to 3 hours. That's a full-time job all by itself. But he's still doing it with all these different people and he works with specific people for specific areas that make him stronger and doing all these different things. So even he's got coaches, Michael Jordan coaches, all the rest of these guys. But what I love this one right here, weekly accountability increases the likelihood of sticking to your program by 22%. Advocare coaching is free. It comes with the products, because if I coach you well and you have good results, you're going to want to keep buying the products. They buy you first before they buy the products. The reality is the products are going to work. They really do. And them changing up now, the coaching aspect, it's just now that much easier with that 10-day cleanse. Nothing's changed in 10 days, doing the exact same thing, and then day 11 through 24, you're doing the exact same thing every single day. That made it just that much easier for us as coaches to be able to check in with people, seeing how they're doing. Not to mention all the food and everything else that's out there. If you guys have seen the Blender, basically you can Google 24-day challenge food recipes, and there's literally sites that are out there dedicated to a meal every single day to be able to use and do. We got a grocery shopping list that's on there, but for us, the simpler the better, the less mistakes you're going to make. That's what we give to most clients and most people to make sure that they're getting taken care of. I was just happy to see that there was stuff with as far as I can eat unlimited of it. And that's, I think, the next one is nutrition. I was never drinking enough water. I thought I was. I was drinking 3 or 4 of those water bottles a day. I thought that was a lot. I was also drinking 2 or 3 of the Monster energy drinks and all this other stuff that just like, holy cow. Didn't realize everything I was putting in my body, because after the Marine Corps, I just figured, well, I'm doing construction, even though I'm working out like I used to, I'm still working, I'm still sweating. So the calorie myth. But there are people that count calories, they do a great job, but it's more about portion sizes for most people. For me, that's been my biggest downfall, is portion sizes. When I eat triple what the guy next to me is eating, it probably means I'm not sticking my portion sizes. But I can eat a whole bag of steamed spinach, and it's not going to be as bad as if I sat down and ate a whole box of donuts, because the calories are going to be way higher, and I need to stick to that. But I'm not putting the right stuff into my body. Magic number of carbs, we say it's 100 to 120 grams per day or less. But on your body, that may be a shock to some people, but we want 20 to 30 grams of carbs per snack and per meal or less. So if I'm doing that and I'm having 2 to 3 good servings of lean protein, I'm getting a decent amount of vegetables in, and I'm sticking to less than, that carbs. Having good multigrain carbs, brown rice, sweet potatoes, things that are not going to store in my system as fat, and are going to keep my system moving. That's going to do a whole lot more for you than just cutting carbs altogether, because a lot of people have cut the carbs, and as soon as they jump back on the carbs, they didn't really change any habits, or they're just drinking, lunch shakes, doing this type of thing. We're not changing any habits. So we're really trying to focus on our food, and then having the products come in and supplement where we need to. All right. Do you guys ever get this? No, I'm good. I don't take supplements. You guys ever hear that one? My next question is, do you drink milk? Oh, yeah. Do you eat bread? Yes. Both of them are vitamin fortified. The FDA changed that a long time ago. So you are taking some sort of supplements right there. And then, do you take a fish oil? Do you take any kind of multivitamin? Well, yeah. That supplements, you know, just leading into the conversation, because some people just have a no. They're not interested in anything right away. But leading into some sort of conversation, just ask some questions and then just see where the conversation leads. It still may be a no, but at least they now know that, hey, Advocare has some multivitamins. Oh man, you've got some stomach issues. Have you ever tried Herbalife? No? Why? Well, you know, a lot of people with stomach issues and, you know, those type of things, it's, you know, unbalanced gut flora. And one of the things that does is it balance that, help your body work better. Okay. Just asking questions. And those are, you'll get more comfortable as you keep going. And just like Ken, he did the other day, he had a buddy just say, hey, it's too expensive. So we texted back and forth for like 5 minutes, and then I was able to answer his questions while he was at work. Wherever you guys need to, I'm typically pretty good. I'm great at text messages, not so great at the Facebook all the time. I post occasionally or whatever. But you text me or call me, it's not going to be more than an hour. Same thing. Still share the story. So after you covered kind of 5 minutes of weight loss, and I put that up there, you guys can tweak and change and do anything you want to do. But when people hear, hey, it's a nutritional seminar, or hey, you know, I want to do this because school's about to end and we're going to go on a summer trip this year and I want to lose some weight or whatever, that's kind of the idea. So we still share stories. Because reality, facts tell, stories sell. And then we cover the 24-day challenge. And you guys kind of get to choose what you say, how you say it, what you want to do. There's typically taglines for each product. The company's great about putting little blurbs right on the product on your microsite, so you guys can look and do those things. But we have recorded multiple webinars and mixers with Matt and Tanya. Things are out there. Again, 3 to 5 minutes, kind of cover the product a little bit, share a little bit of what it does. And that's about it. So beyond the 24-day challenge, part of what we do in this type of a presentation is we share, hey, what's next? So, excuse me, whether you're staying on the M&S, meal replacement shake, Spark, Catalyst, for my family, I mean, you guys saw my cover over there. For my family, those are our 4 products that we're going to stay on pretty much all the time. The meal replacement shake is now just a problem meal. If I'm running late or I slept in because I can, whatever, that's when the meal replacement shake comes out. But I have 1 or 2 in the car ready to go just in case it's like there's no chance I'm getting any kind of real meal right now. So I need to make sure that I've got a portion control meal ready to go for me. And then kind of the athlete side, it's advocare.com/elite. That's our sports performance website. It's got all the ins and outs. It's got lists of what product endorsers take and other things. Kind of how they think, but it also has the timeline for you on the products. And then coaching and accountability. How many have had a chance to kind of check into the tools or use these tools that are available? Anybody yet? Okay. So again, if you're a techie person, great. They got after that, literally. Your people can go in, they can fill in the information. They can also tag you as a coach in there. So the Advocare 24-day challenge coach app is out there. The daily guide, it's about to change with the new 24-day challenges because that the 10-day cleanse has changed. But again, like your mom, just writing it out. She just wants to keep track, write it in a list. For my wife and myself, we've got ours on the Elevate Freedom. I want it very specific, and you can literally cross off day 1 through day 10. It tells you what meals, what snacks, what to do, and then gives you a few ideas. But it's very, very strict versus the guide. It's great, but it tells you you can do dairy in moderation. Well, my moderation of what dairy was like half a block of cheese instead of the whole block. I mean, it really is that crazy on what some people think is in moderation. So the different guides and tools and stuff are out there. And then all the time, especially with ladies, women tend to lose more inches, guys tend to lose more weight. Stop looking at the scale. Tanya, our friend, first 24-day challenge, she lost 0 weight. She put on 6 pounds of lean mass and dropped 3% body fat, I think it was. But it was just the exchange. She's still feeding her body the right way. She started working out in 24 days. So she was putting on lean muscle and burning fat. And for most of us that have been anywhere around the fitness industry, that's hard to typically burn fat and build muscle in the same season. That's not normal for most people. Normally there's a gaining season and then a burning season. So energy, I focus on that. Is your energy up? It's one of the questions I'm always asking people on a 24-day challenge. If on day 4, day 5, they're like, no, man, I'm still so tired. We're doing something wrong. Because that leads into the next question. Are you moving waste? Got to get comfortable asking that question. If you say if you're going to the bathroom, guarantee they're going to say yes. They're drinking a ton of water. They're going to pee a lot. But it's got to come out in 2 ways. And if they're not moving waste, if it's not coming out, it's not coming off. And that we want to make sure an average person carries around anywhere 10 to 15 pounds of undigested feces in their intestinal tract. We want to get that out. And I'm sorry, I'm sure that's not making your stomach so good. She's looking at me like, oh. Plan ahead. Meal planning, plan ahead. When people, when we typically have people start on Monday, especially over the summer, having a beer, grilling out, no alcohol for 10 days. People are like, oh, start on a Monday, you're only going over 1 weekend. Okay, that gives us Saturday and Sunday to meal prep. You know, whether it's you go to GFS and buy one of the huge trays of veggies that's pre-cut, and instead of eating, you know, having your ranch dip in the center, throw the ranch dip away. Trade $12. Put a thing of hummus in the middle. Got a good healthy snack. Go to town on your vegetables. I'm okay with that. You know, those type of things. But just setting people up for success. We had somebody that didn't know what fruit tasted like a few weeks ago. None. No idea what any fruit tasted like. So we had to walk them through and find stuff they liked. We actually went grocery shopping together because I'd never had that before. So get an insulated bag, because the reality is, as you've meal prepped, you guys, especially in the summer, take it with you, make sure it stays cold, you get your chicken, you get whatever you want to eat. And then, you know, goes back into working out. I love Matt's thing here. It's not rocket science. It really isn't. For most of it, it's just about finding a way, meal prepping, finding the good, healthy foods that we like, and then teaching our body, this is the new lifestyle we're living. Because this is what we're trying to teach. This is a lifestyle. This is not a quick fix. You're not going to lose 40 pounds in 10 days. That's not this program. We're not just going to drink, you know, 10 shakes in a day or whatever. We are going to try to teach you proper nutrition and kind of change your habits. Goes back into your options, and then, you know, different statistics for you guys to be able to go into. But at the end, we throw it out there for people. Hey, you can get measurements and kind of go from there. And then again, we end with some questions. I will email this to you guys because we absolutely don't have time to get into this. Top 10 rookie mistakes as people get started. So the funny thing is as I was doing this with Chuck and Linda on the top 10 mistakes, I still probably make 3 or 4 at least, if not a lot more. So the reality is, these are things that we're still always trying to get better at. Was this helpful at all? I know it's a lot of information to throw at you guys. I know this isn't a formal mix or anything, I guess, but this is kind of showing you some of the things that we do in people's living room. We want to teach people what's possible. We don't want to pressure anybody into things. We want to give them an opportunity, whether it's physical or financial. And every single one of those meetings, every one of them, no matter what I'm in, we're ending, and I'm handing out a form. I want to be able to ask somebody some questions. Did anything interest you? And try to get them on some sort of product, even if it's just Spark. Becca's girlfriend, I told you she worked with, they started with Spark. Her husband lost 11 pounds in the first 2 weeks just shopping his Dr. Pepper and starting Spark. So something simple makes a big difference for some people, especially when they eat like he did. Wow. It was brownies and Dr. Pepper all night long on 3rd check. So changing that makes a difference. Questions. Open it up. Got maybe 10 minutes. I'm here all night, so you guys can stay and ask anything you want. What are some of the things that are coming up for you guys as you're doing meetings, trying to get people on the phone, 3-way phone calls? As you're running into people, how do you guys mention Advocare, or what do you guys do? Like any of these questions, any of that type of stuff you guys need help with?
What, like when you first started, what was your, how did you guys like start talking about Advocare? I mean, because you were big. I mean, so I used to be 360 pounds. I did an Advocare 2040 challenge 2 years ago with my first trainer, and then just used it really casually in between. But now it's like That's not all I used for the last time, so I don't want to lie to people and be like,
Yeah.
that's what made me lose all this weight. It's
Absolutely.
really my hard work. Like, but still, like, how do you then say to people, like, without sounding like a sales pitch? You know what I mean?
Honestly, so you've been on and off products for a year.
Well, 2 or 3. Yeah.
Okay. But for me, if it's not necessary to say, it's necessary not to say. And that sounds kind of cliche. I don't want you to lie to anybody. But you're like, hey, look, I've been on a weight loss journey for the last 3 years. Started at 360 pounds. If you remember your results on your first 24-day challenge, throw those in there. But I've been on and off products for the last 3 years. Now I'm back on products consistently, and here's where I'm at. Then it's as short and sweet as you can. We call it the 30-second story for a reason, because if I've got a good 30-second story, we're riding up the elevator, I'm checking out at Kroger, and the lady's like, oh my God, I'm so tired. Oh, is your shift almost over? No, I just got here. Let me go to the car. I'll get you a Spark. I'll be right back. What's a Spark? Energy in a bottle. It's going to help you out for the rest of your shift. And then I leave her a card. But if it's a Kroger right around the corner for me, we go back. My wife's still talking to the lady, and it's been a year. She still hasn't done a meeting yet, but maybe she will. Maybe another friend is going to say something to her, and she's like, oh, you know what? I still have this person's contact information. Be genuine, and as long as you believe it, that's really what matters, because people can tell. We have a person who has our biggest distributor. She's an advisor. She's got 63 frontline distributors. She only has one advisor. She talks a lot about product. But her and I talked the other day. She doesn't really feel super confident in the business. So that says something to me. Hey, where are we going? What are we talking about? You cannot talk about only products and then expect your business to grow. Vice versa, we have another teammate who has a very large advisor group. I think they have 14 or 15 frontline, 40% advisor, but then they only have like 3 distributors of each product. Same thing. They only talk about the business opportunity. They don't really talk about the Advocare products. There's got to be a good balance of both. One of the visuals that somebody gave us a few months back was basically you're on a rowboat. If you're only talking about one, you're just going to go in circles. You're not really going to add the consistency. You talk about both. And that's why we really share with people. You got to be able to talk about the health and the finances. But it depends on the conversation. So if it's just somebody at the gym, I'm probably going to spark them and, hey, man, have a great workout. I'll check in with you afterwards. Outside of that, it just depends on the conversation. So is that at all helpful?
Yeah, I mean, it is. I think what I was kind of asking, though, was to, I always, try to find a way. I've only been now, I signed up with Tanya and Matt 3 weeks ago. But,
yeah.
So for 3 weeks, I've been, every day finding new ways to, talk about it. And
yeah.
What is, too far? What is,
if it naturally flows in there, but if it's you're talking about, I don't know, cars, and you're like, hey, have you heard about Advocare? I mean, it's just wait, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it naturally flows, go ahead and talk about it. But if it's totally awkward and you're trying to cram it in there, they're going to feel that too. So if you feel it, they guarantee they feel it.
So in your first, 6 months or whatever, you felt like you were getting across to people, even though you were big at that point, or?
Yeah, well, I mean, within 24 days, I lost 26 pounds in 24 days, and my wife was talking about how much energy she had for the first time in a long time. We started with friends and family because, one, they knew how big I was, and they saw the difference already. Just in my cheeks, they saw the difference. But then the reason we call it our warm market. We start with cold market, people you don't know, have no life-on-life connection. It's hard. It really is. You might as well just go pay for some marketing. Our goal is to talk to some friends and family, and maybe that friend or family isn't going to do the business, but maybe they would lead you to somebody who would. And that's one of the reasons why we ask, well, who else do you know? Who else do you know that needs some energy, that needs some weight loss, that wants to build some lean muscle mass, or absolutely hates their job, needs something different, or are scared they're going to lose their job soon?
So you think that's the best place to start then? I mean,
it's for 4 years of experience, and everybody that we've talked to and learned from, it's absolutely the best way to do it. Because when you start in a cold market, I've done booths all over the place. My first year I did booths all over. And I did weddings, I did this, did that. I've got one leg out of probably 200 booths, realistically, that I did in that first year and a half. I got one leg that lady went to advisor. And it's an okay leg. They still buy products, still do stuff. But out of all of that time, I've had way more success with people in my family who are talking about their goals, what they want, what they need. And it would be, the idea is it's duplicatable, and then as one person gets interested, they want to bring another person because they see an opportunity physically or financially. So yeah, absolutely. Best place to start is the warm market. It's hard outside of your warm market, but the best part about a warm market is once they learn the same thing that you're doing, then they start talking to their warm market. So your warm market doubles with each person you bring in. So it's always growing. I'm heading down to May, the very first week in May. I have 4 meetings in 4 days, at 4 different locations in Florida. They have nothing to do with me. There's not a chance I would know any of these people, but my warm market led me to someone who then led me to someone 8 levels below me that's now got many different people in different areas of Florida. So that's where Matt and Tony and that's where they go to work for you with your warm market. You don't have to know a ton, and it's just like, hey, here's my friend him. Or, talk to this person. So
You mentioned at the beginning, not everybody, a lot of people in Columbus already know of or have heard of Advocate. A lot of people will say what you said. My cousin sells Advocate. They've already tried a 24-day challenge. Something on it made them sick, or they didn't like the way they felt. Now they don't want to try anything, because they think everything's going to go.
yeah. One of the questions I would ask is, okay, you've already tried it. How was the coaching? Did you get any forms? Was the person following up with you every few days? Did they set you up with, for success with the proper diet? Or were you eating junk food while you were eating these products? The reality is, so that 10-day cleanse, your body only absorbs 10 to 20% of what you're putting into it. We're going to detox your liver, your kidneys, your bloodstream, and regulate your intestinal flow. So basically, we just clean the lint trap out to your system. Now you're going to absorb 80 to 90% of everything you put in your system. So if you're going to eat a pizza, before you're only going to absorb 20% of it. Now you're going to absorb 80 to 90% of it. You're going to feel bad after you gorge yourself and do that. So that's one of the questions that I asked some of these people. My cousin, who's in Washington, state of Washington, tried some product. I just didn't feel very good on 10-day cleanse. Well, by day 4, he was drinking beer again. But again, he was like, well, my tolerance went way down. I was feeling a buzz faster. Those type of things, that's telling you that the product's working. If your tolerance is going down, it means your system is detoxing. It means your liver and your kidneys, they're absorbing more than it normally did before. So the product's working, but we're not changing any habits. And that's where a lot of it comes into that coaching. We're not setting people up for success. And that's where it's just a conversation. And that's where I'd be like, hey, you know what? I'm still brand new at this. Let me have you talk to Phil. Right. And if they're like, absolutely not, I don't want to talk to any random person. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll go to him with a couple of these questions. I'll get right back to you because I know products work. They work for my wife and myself. That's the other side. No one can steal your story. No one can change your story. Have you tried the products? What's your result? And you said that just the mass impact alone, you're already feeling the strength you did back when you played college soccer in a short amount of time. Okay, that's a big story. No one can take that away. You know the products work. So what happened and what went wrong? Are they allergic to something? Were they taking a medication? And those are all questions that I've just had to learn to ask or have had problems. And then I called my friend Linda and got her on the phone and put them to work. So same thing. Okay. Does that help?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? If you guys have to go, please take off. I know you guys came straight from work. You guys had long days and stuff, but I want to make sure I'm answering your guys' questions. Any questions?
You go through all the slides.
Not every single time. So before a mixer, so like if, let's say this is the mixer group, and I know half of the room is fitness oriented, I'm skipping over some of the weight loss stories. You guys don't care really that much that I lost 100 pounds, but you might be interested that Tanya went from skinny to stage ready, and in a relatively short amount of time. She's worked her butt off and she's very dedicated to her diet, but to be able to do what she's done, to be able to place in top 5 in all her shows and all in 1 year and all the rest of the stuff, I would change and do specific to my audience. I am going to talk about business opportunity no matter what. Still going to do 2 to 3 stories in each area. But if I'm having a conversation with you guys in the kitchen, so the first 15 minutes of every mixer, it's not for you to hang out and talk with the people you already know. It's for you guys. Like, let's say I go to do a mixer for you guys at one of the gym locations or at your home or something. Your guys' job at that first 15 minutes is to introduce me or Rebecca to the 5 or 6 people that are in your home. Because that will give me the ability to realize, oh man, there's not one person that's even remotely interested in the business opportunity. I'm going to skip probably 4 or 5 of those slides, maybe mention 1 or 2 stories, but that's it. I'm not going to go really in depth. Or one person you're going to find out hates a job, came straight from work, needs a new car, struggling financially, really needs an opportunity. So that's where the pre-mixer, that's the best part for your upline person, to really start to get to know some people. And that's where we're supposed to be asking questions like, hey, how long have you been working there? What are you doing? How many kids do you have? Those type of things. We want to find out a little bit about you so we know how to prep what we're about to do. Because I'm not going to go through all, I think the one is 32 or 33 slides. I'm not going to go through all of that every single mixer. But we have had mixers here in our home where there's 25 people and the room's pretty split. But then it's like, hey, we talk to 1 or 2 people, whoever's presenting, and it's keep this short, let's do this, let's try to be on time. We really do. I've been to some mixers in an hour, 20 hours, 30 minutes. You're losing people. 45 minutes to an hour max. That's what we want. I'd love to do every mixer in 45 minutes and then be able to connect with people for 10 or 15 minutes after. Because if you tell your friend it's only going to be an hour and it's an hour and 40 minutes by the time you even leave your door, they have family annoyed when they get home. We don't want to cause any issues. I know if she told me something would be an hour, she'd be home an hour and 20 minutes and she's 2 hours later, I'd be annoyed. So we want to be very sensitive to that for people. Any questions or anything? No? Good? What about you guys?
Oh, Morgan's just here for support.
Oh, I know.
But, sort of, I mean, like, not as big as these questions, but, so, I have a few people, and I don't know, like, I originally gave her my password to then use the
Yep.
percentage, but how do I, like, how does she maybe, like, say I want to give her, like, 10% off or whatever, or 10%, just to help her out, but now I'm at 40%, so how do I, like, do I have to buy it and then figure it out and then
Yeah.
have her pay?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to discount something, and the easiest way to do that is you just change your password. It's no big deal to change your password if you gave it to somebody. Again, a lot of us, my buddy that lost 44 pounds in 24 days, when he was running for advisor, he sold all of his products. So it's your business. You can do what you want to do. I'm just telling you, in the longevity of your business, you need to give a discount away. They may absolutely love the products they're trying, they're doing whatever. But in the long run, they may have wanted to do a discount or been able to do a discount before and then been able to make money in the process. So yeah, you buy the products. You guys taking off? Yeah. Okay.
It's kind of like, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead.
But like, so you're going to get your hair cut, like, and they give you the option between the stylist that's more expensive and the stylist that's cheap. It's like, yeah, it's more expensive, but it's worth it. So when you cheapen your price, when you go to Great Clips, like you're saying that like, this is our product's only worth that much.
Yeah.
When you enforce that retail price and like are consistent with it, and you're being consistent with the quality of the products, and it makes that discount more attractive in the long run.
Yeah. But it's a great example. I've been doing hair for 10 years. And when they come into the salon at Penzones, you can see somebody who's been there for a year. And they tell you that up front, hey, this stylist has been here for a year. Or you can see one of our designers that's been here for 10 and a half years. Price is going to be about 20% more on these levels for the walk-in. A lot of people would rather pay that extra 20% because of what it is. And when people ask that question, it's expensive. If she's already on the product and already used your discount, that's when you just talk to her about safety, what it's working. Her energy's up. It's this. It's worth it. It's worth it. But I can help you get a discount, just like I got one. But yes, if you wanted to say, hey, I'll still give you 10% discount, yeah, you have to buy it and give it to her.
Okay.
Cool. One of the areas, one of the benefits that you do have going for you, family in Cleveland. I was just talking to 2 other diamonds the other day. There's nobody in Cleveland right Columbus, and when I say there's a lot of people that have heard of Advocare in Columbus, there's 500,000 distributors in all of Advocare. That doesn't even cover a quarter of the population in Columbus, Ohio. And that's the entire United States. We are Advocare International. We will eventually go throughout the world, but our founder and our CEO, they believe the best thing to do is set a strong foundation here with a good reputation built the right way before we go outside of the United States. Which I love the fact that they can think that far ahead, but in the grand scheme of things, there's a lot of product users and some discount passers here in the Columbus area, but there's not a lot of people that actually have a discount and truly build a business. So keep that in mind when you do run into somebody that's like, oh yeah, my cousin or this or that. Yeah, I've tried it or I've heard of it. So I do want you to know those numbers. Those are pretty current numbers as far as numbers and stuff go. Does this help you guys a little bit more on talking to people and maybe setting some stuff up? I'm not expecting anybody to go run it tomorrow or anything, but at least this will also kind of give you an idea of what we come in and do for you. And that mixer, the magazine and the DVD, anybody can do that. Absolutely anybody can walk in. We really got a form set up on the website where it's like, hey, mixer format. Do this, you do this, you do this, you play this DVD clip, you do this, you do this. You want to make sure that it's in a specific order. And the company has it set up. That's why the slide, the magazine, DVD, they all go in a specific order. Any other questions?
Do you have a sample of anything besides Spark?
Yeah, absolutely. I got a packet right over there sitting on the wall. I'm actually mailing to Michigan tomorrow to my younger brother. He's got one guy's trying to break into the competitive powerlifting circuit up in the Upper Peninsula, Michigan. And he had heard of Advocare. He has a buddy, some other state, who was posted a picture using it. And he went to work. He said, hey, don't you drink that Spark stuff? So Advocare, like, do they have more product than just Spark? So it kind of led to a conversation, and my younger brother is like, I don't have any of the sports performance. He's 6'5", 6'6", and he's a freaking skinny bean. But he's a diabetic, so this has helped him regulate his insulin levels. Well, he's like, dude, can you send me some stuff? So I'm sending him Muscle Fuel, a packet of Muscle Gain, and post-workout recovery. So I'm going to send the same stuff for him. So I'm sending 2 packets of each. I want my brother to try it. See how it works for him too. But yeah, I sample people. It is a case by case. If somebody's a long distance runner, Spark O2 Gold or Arginine Extreme O2 Gold. If somebody's in soccer, same thing. So endurance, I will sample them on that. They will feel O2 Gold typically in the very first workout run. The only person I've ever had not feel it and not really like it that much is Sandy. Only one in 4 years. I've got Wingcore buddies that order O2 Gold every single month because of how they feel in their 3 and 4 mile runs. So yeah, it really is. But I have Spark on me pretty much all the time. I take little Tristan, Fridays are daddy days with Tristan. We go to the play court at the mall or something when it's rainy and nasty. They're sparking a water bottle, guaranteed, just because if some lady sits next to me and starts talking about energy and her rugrats are running around, she's just like, I'll spark her. I never thought I'd be that guy, but to pay off $75,000 worth of cash debt and buy my wife a brand new van, pay cash for things, be able to do that kind of stuff and literally pay off all of our debt and then graduate debt-free, that's all happened in 3 years. I don't know how that could have happened in anything else I was doing. So I'm very passionate about the business and what it can do for people. But I don't speak about the product as much as I used to. So we're noticing, my wife and myself, we're starting to be that one with the whore who's just talking business and not enough on product. So we still, it's constantly okay, what are you doing? What are we doing? Do we want to keep doing?
When you sample Spark to strangers, most people drink it.
I don't give them a cap with it. I pick it up, take the cap.
You mix it in front of them,
But
and do you let them keep the actual packet?
typically I throw it right in the diaper bag.
Someone hands me, I don't drink it.
I haven't seen a mom put a bottle with fluid in her purse. You know what I mean? Like, and I learned that from our friend Deborah Fisser. She's one of the marketing managers for Advocare, and she was a multimillionaire in Tupperware. One of the top sellers in the entire world when Tupperware was big, huge in the 80s and all this stuff. And she's just like, there's no mama going to take this shaken up thing and just take it and put it in, you know, first. Every single time they've at least had a few drinks. Most of them drink the whole thing because it tastes pretty good. I'll give them the packet if they ask for it. Most of the time I just water it up and throw it around the top, shake it up, and then take the cap off and hand the bottle. To take this, 10 minutes, you're going to feel like super mom.
And you leave your card, and how many people?
Most of the time, I leave my card. If it's a really good connection, I will ask for their phone number, and I will tell them, I'll make a joke of it or whatever. I'm not trying to be that creepy guy asking for your phone number at the mall. You know, my wife would kill me. But I do want to make sure that, you know, I follow up with you. If I'm giving you a free sample, you know, the worst you can do is tell me whether you liked it or not, how you feel the rest of the afternoon. If I just give my card away, maybe 1 out of 10 will call me or hit our website. So not great odds, less than 10%. But when I get their phone number, we'll guaranteed I'm following up with you in the next 48 hours. Hey, how did you feel after you had that spark? You know, I really didn't feel it. Oh my goodness. You know what? That means your system, and that leads me right into a conversation about the 10-day cleanse. If you didn't feel that good, it's the same conversation I've had with Jeff. I didn't feel spark at all. When was the last time you actually did a good nutritional detox? I haven't done one of those ever. Okay, there's probably a reason you're not feeling that. If you're not feeling that caffeine, 21 vitamins and minerals, you're not supposed to feel jittery on spark. You're supposed to be more productive and get more things done. You're supposed to be, you know, super mom or super dad, which that means you got to be good at multitasking. I'm a lot better at multitasking with spark than without. So, and that's just part of our story. That's what we share. You share what it does for you, or why you like it, or what products you specifically take. You typically sell what you take. So, does that help? All right. Anything else?
So do you mind if we use you guys as some of our
Dude,
stories?
absolutely use our story. The only one we have to advocate not to share is before and after, or both, like pregnancy number 2 and pregnancy number 4 pictures, because they don't want people thinking that you do the full 24-day challenge while pregnant. Outside of that, you can use it because we've still been able to take the products, take them to the OB, use those type of things. You can even, for the most part, you know, you guys can even email my wife. She's kind of become a pregnancy expert on these are the products I've taken. Here's what I've had my OB check, those type of things. But I even like the fact that Advocare Legal is like, we don't want to be associated with a weight loss product while pregnant. That's too close. So, and I'm kind of honored that corporate had to call us because my wife was so all over the country with the before and after pregnancy stuff. But yeah, absolutely. Use our product stories, use our business story. We're averaging anywhere between $8,000 and $9,000 a month right now. I've been working a lot lately, the last month or two, but I am building. We're going to Emerald Nightstar here come June, because if we have Emerald Nightstar and build it the right way, then mommy doesn't ever go back to work, and that's my goal. And we're going to have 4 kids here, and it's I don't want to be Mr. Mom with 4 kids 2-3 days a week. So I love them, but they need mom. She's a lot more even keeled than I am.
Yeah.
So
Would it be okay then? Could you like email your like before and after pictures?
you'll have all the stuff on the PowerPoint, and you'll have all the stuff that you're able to use. And then again, this top 10 mistakes, you'll scroll through it, see what actually applies. Or, oh my gosh, I do that. Ooh, yeah, I do that. You know, I did that when I was doing Windows. Like, ooh, still do that one. Really bad. You know, so it's good because it kind of checks you. And then for any of you guys that are on back on my team, our goal is as many mixers as we can. She's due beginning of June. We're gonna take a few days after the baby's born. But what I love about it is I can go do a mixer and come back, even if it's in Cleveland. I go do a mixer and drive back within a day. I still do that to Indianapolis. I'll drive over, do a mixer, and then come right back all within 24 hours, and it's 4.5 hours there. So we really are here to work for you guys. So If mixers don't work, then it's one person at a time that we'll talk to with you. But you guys gotta kind of pick and choose how much you step on the gas pedal and who all you want to talk to. But we really are here to match you step for step. So, cool. All right. You guys chew on all this information, but anything you guys have any more questions, please call us. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
That was a lot of new information.
Well, I was hoping.